Welcome to SCCM Application Management Overview. Deploying and managing software is one of the most important things that you'll do as an SCCM administrator. It's important that you set up your lab and practice the examples that will be given in this section. So let's get started. There are two methods to create software in Configuration Manager. The first is packages, then there's applications. Packages are the older method of creating software. Applications are software that fully support the newer SCCM application model. Here's some advantages of applications over packages. Applications have the ability to supersede old software or automatically install prerequisites. So what do you mean by supersede? For example, if you deployed version 1604 7-zip and there's a newer version available, you can configure a new application to either uninstall the older version or just update the current version to the latest version. This is called supersedence. The easiest software to deploy is the MSI version of the software, which stands for the Microsoft Installer. The MSI version of the software is optimized for the application model. Packages still have their uses, but packages can't handle all the new functionality of the application model. For example, packages have no supersede function. You can create packages from MSIs or EXEs. MSIs automatically detect a lot of the installation information right from the install file, such as the install and uninstall command lines. Whereas for the EXE, you need to get the command line from the vendor or other sources. Creating applications. First, you'll want to create your source folder. Create a folder for each version of the software you intend to deploy. In our example, I've created a folder for version 1604 and another folder for version 1900. That way you avoid confusion and you've lessened the chances of making a mistake and deploying the wrong version to the client. You can take this one step further if you plan on deploying software that is 32 and 64-bit by creating separate folders for those as well. After you've created your source folder structure, in order to create applications, we will need to share the folder called software. In this example from C: on the server, right-click on the software folder. Then click Properties. Then click Sharing. Then click Advanced Sharing. Then click Share this folder. Then click Permissions. Then click Full Control. Then click OK. Then click OK again. Then click Close. Now, when creating applications, you'll have access to your software folder. In this section, we'll be discussing the different components like deployment types, requirements, detection methods, dependencies, supersedence, task sequence options, install and uninstall command lines and parameters. Instead of just telling you about each of these components, I would rather take an explain-as-we-go approach. The best way to understand the use of these components is by creating applications. So in the next lecture, we'll start with the basics. I'll show you how to create an application from an MSI using 32-bit and 64-bit versions of the software. So I'll see you in the next lecture.